Welcome to your Pilates Reformer workout. Today we've got an express workout for abs, arms, glutes. It's going to include things like this one and this one. And ooh, look out for this one. This one's gonna get you. Let's get started. Put on 2 reds and a blue spring or 2 heavy, 1 light. Meet me down on the Reformer, headrest down. If you're new here, my name is Melanie. I'm a certified Pilates instructor. Subscribe. I post new workouts every Tuesday. The content is good and frankly, the endorphins will sell you at the end of it. I also have a membership program where you'll get exclusive workouts that are like this and frankly, a little bit more fun. So check out the link above. All right, we've got our headrests down. We're lying down on the mat. Feet will be hip distance apart on the foot bar to begin. Legs in parallel, arms down by your sides, scoot away from the shoulder block. Get your spine into a nice neutral position, so not flattened through the back. Bottom of the sacrum really heavy. Big breath in. Expanding your lungs through the back, through the sides. Exhale, zip the abs in and up. Curl your pelvis under, roll the spine up. Find your diagonal line from knees to hips to shoulders, squeezing the glutes. Big breath in at the top, exhale. Melt the spine down, rolling each vertebra so it hits the mat, really scooping the pelvis under, engaging your deep core. And bottom of the sacrum hits the mat nice and heavy. Let's take that again. So really focus on getting that curl under of the pelvis so all those bones in your low back start to lift up off the machine. I'm just lifting my hand so you can see where my spine is. Squeezing the glutes at the top, making sure you're not arching the back, letting the tailbone be heavy here. Big inhale, exhale, roll it down, trying to keep the carriage really still. See that big scoop I have under with the pelvis, like my pubic bone is pointing towards my nose? We really need that so that we're articulating fully through the spine here. Let's do 3 more. Big breath in, feel that belly button pull up toward your sternum. Find your full lift. Ribs are down, make sure they're not popping out. Really want that nice diagonal line here. Exhale, melt it down. Find that big scoop of the pelvis that'll really activate your deep core here. It's a big part of what we're after. Big breath in. Exhale, roll it up. Make sure you're squeezing the glutes, working those as well as your hamstrings, of course. Toes are staying pointed forward. Last one. Ab zip in and up. We're going to hold here, making sure the glutes are activated, ribs are down, tiny pulses up and down, hips lift and lower. Let's go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, squeeze the glutes. We're going to exhale, press out, legs extend, knees come up on an upward diagonal as you bring it in. Good, and return. So the reason why I say think about returning on an upward diagonal is if we just think about coming in, oftentimes the butt sort of dips down. We want to think about coming back to that diagonal line, knees to hips to shoulders. So think about returning up, flattening the belly, squeezing the glutes. Good, let's go for 4. Taking care to make sure your toes are still pointed forward. A lot of times we like to turn out the feet when things get a little challenging or a little uncomfortable. I'm no different. Last one. Hold. Carriage is almost closed, but not quite. Take a moment to make sure your glutes are really squeezed, that you're not arching through the back. Tiny pulses up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, 1. Lift, nice and organized. Big inhale at the top. Exhale, roll it down 1 bone at a time. Very nice. Let's close the stopper all the way. Walk the feet as wide as your foot bar. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Take a nice relaxing breath. Let your top hip fall over to the side, releasing all those low back muscles. Any glute or hip tension you're carrying here. Let's go 1 more each side. I'd like to do a little work for obliques while we're here for that deep core. Feet back to parallel on the foot bar, arms down by your sides. Big breath in, exhale. Let's curl the pelvis up, find that diagonal line bridge. Once you're there, we're gonna hold it, making sure to really squeeze the glutes, keep the ribs down. I'm gonna drop my right hip, lift it up. Drop my left hip, lift it up. So you'll see that my hips are staying relatively lifted the whole time. I'm not letting the butt go way down as I'm dropping the hip. Just trying to really keep the opposite hip pretty much right where it is while I drop the mobile hip. That's going to force these deep core stabilizers to really do the most, which is what we're after. Which is really great. If you did my deep core video that I posted a few weeks ago, if not, I'll link it somewhere up above. This might be familiar to you. This one is really good for sort of bringing that corset layer of your abdominals together to support you, both for core stabilization and function, and probably aesthetics as well for a lot of us. Good, let's take 4 more each side. Again, finding that diagonal line each time so we're not letting the hips drop and get low. We really want to challenge the glutes too, as well as the abs. Last set. Good. Lifting up really tall, big breath in. Exhale, zip the abs in, roll the spine down one bone at a time. Hug your knees in toward your chest. Take a moment, rock your head side to side, release any neck tension you might have unconsciously started to build up. Let's take a little pretzel stretch, cross your right thigh over your left thigh. Your opposite foot, each foot will go into the opposite wall. Your left foot will point to the right, your right foot will point to the left. Grab onto your ankles or your shins. Just put a little bit of pressure into that area. Feel that deep glute stretch. Good, you can rock side to side if you like to. I just like to feel gravity do its work and let my hands help with that. Good, let's cross the opposite leg on top. Feet out to the side. Good, big breath in. Try to relax your shoulders and your upper traps, those muscles that connect your neck to your shoulders. Especially if this stretch is really hard. Sometimes we tend to carry a lot of tension in our upper body. Try to let that go. Good, let's unwind and we're gonna move on. Next, let's work abs. I flipped onto a red and a blue spring or one heavy, one light. Headrest goes up, lie down on the machine. We will bring straps into the hands. Arms will come up over the shoulders. Find your nice neutral spine, ribs down, legs up to tabletop. Let's begin holding the arms there, extending the right leg out to 45 degrees. Shh. Exhale, bring it back. The left leg out to 45 degrees. Shh. Exhale, bring it back. So we really have to take care to keep the rib cage really heavy. If it's popping up, you're going to put a lot of strain on your lower back. Possibly also really stress out any ab separation you may or may not have if you have any of that brewing. So it's really critical for the core connection that you keep those ribs down to keep your abs really working as a unit. Good. Let's take 2 more each side. Good. Last one. Exhale as you come in. Great. Hold the hands there. Move away from the shoulder blocks if you need to. We're going to take a big breath in. Exhale. Curl up, press the hands down. Extend one or both legs out to 45, depending on your comfort level. Big inhale. Exhale, press down. Good. We're going to take 5 more. If the head or legs become too much for you at any point, you could remove one option. Either head stays down and legs extend, or head can curl up and you can either go to one leg or legs in tabletop. Okay, let's take 2 more. Good, last one. Hold, let's extend the legs or keep them in tabletop. We're gonna do half hundreds, pulsing the arms up and down. Breathing in. Sets of 5, breathing in for 5, breathing out for 5. Last set. Good. I just do half 100 because I don't have that kind of time today. Close the stopper. Walk your feet as wide as the foot bar. Rock your knees side to side. We're going to do 1 more hands and straps set for abdominals. Arms come up over the shoulders. Give yourself some room. I'm going to come to tabletop and then twist my knees to the right. So my knees are pointing toward the back right wall, and my toes are pointing to the front left corner. I'm gonna press my arms down, keeping my legs in that twist, and raise them back up. You can curl up with the head, neck, and chest. I find it a little easier to find the oblique connection here with the head down. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Make sure you're reaching your arms really long, keeping your shoulders plugged into the mat, not curling the shoulders forward. Really keep that twist in the legs. This will help you feel your obliques really fire along the left side. Good, we've got 4 more. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you go down to feel that core connection. Feel your abs naturally engage. Last 2. And 1. Good, bring it back to center, other side. Knees point to the left, toes right. Go up and down for 8. And same thing applies here too. We really want the ribs to stay down. Focusing on the long arms, reaching forward with your middle fingers. Also, this seems like a small detail, but try to focus on your palms being really flat, making sure you're not pressing too far down with your thumbs or too far down with your pinkies, getting rotation. Good. Make sure your legs are still fully twisted. Last one. Very nice. Back to center, bring it all the way up. Both straps in one hand. Close the stopper, hopefully a little more quietly than I did. We're gonna come up to sitting and move on. Next up, glutes. We are not done with those yet. Flip onto 1 red spring or 1 blue spring, AKA 1 heavy or 1 light. We're gonna come to lying down on your right side, bringing the legs to a tabletop position. You're gonna pull that strap in front of you, place it over your knee onto your thigh. If you have long loops and that feels more comfortable to your body, you can go for that. I'm going to rest my head down on my hand or my bicep. You could also use a yoga block for this if you like. I'm bringing my legs to a tabletop position, flexing the feet, and pressing the top hip away so I've got a lift through my waistline. I'm going to lift the top leg and lower it down. I'm trying really hard to keep my pelvis really still while this is happening. Common things I see, especially in in-person classes, people rotating their hips to the back. We don't want to do that necessarily because that takes the work out of your glutes, and that's why we're here, right? Good, I'm going to go for 4 more. And remember, this is Pilates, so everything is a core exercise, right? Focus on that tension between your hip bones. That will also help keep your hips really stacked. Good, last one. Now we're going to lift back to hip height, tiny pulses up and down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, staying at or above hip height, 1. Good. Now we lift, bring the knee down to your knee, your bottom knee. Lift, heel to heel or toe to toe. Lift, knee to knee. Lift, heel to heel. You may feel the carriage moving a little bit more. Lift, knee to knee, lift, heel to heel. 2 more. And switch. Still breathing. Try to relax your face and neck. And down. Good. Lower your knee, lower your foot. Now we're going to bring the knees out in front of you just a little bit more and lift your feet up so that they're pointing toward the ceiling. It can be really tempting to let your torso really collapse into this movement, but still focus on keeping that bottom rib lifted. We're going to keep those toes, especially the bottom toe, lifted as much as we can. Extend the leg upward into the back. Bring it back in, slide it back into that starting position. So we're exhaling, extending on an upward diagonal, really feeling those upper glute muscles right around here. Bring it back in. If you feel like those bottom toes start to drop, you need to monitor that. We're going to get the best work here if we really focus on working our range. Good. Last 2. And last one. I like this one. It takes a lot of focus. It feels very stabilizing to me. Hopefully you too. Good. Lower it down. Feet return to their starting position. Bring your knees back in front of your hips. Lift through the bottom rib, pressing the top hip away. We're gonna flex the foot, bring the leg up to hip height, circles to the outside for 6. So again, we wanna focus on keeping the pelvis really still, not rocking back. I'm drawing a big circle with my left knee without extending the leg. Last 3. This is where it starts to really get spicy, especially if you're on that red spring. 2 and 1. You guessed it, we're gonna reverse. Exhale, press through the strap. I feel a lot of obliques on this one. Let me know if you do too. And again, another thing I see often in class is people are really trying to rush through this one. I'd like for you to think about slow motion, like you're moving through clay. It's going to get you the best meaningful work, because why do this if we're not going to try our best, right? Try to get the most out of it. All right, lower it down, give yourself a pound out through the glutes and the outer thighs. Let's go to the other side. And now, surprise, surprise, we repeat on the other side. So I'm going to come to lying down on the machine, taking that strap, placing it over my foot, over my knee, onto my thigh. Find that stacked resting position once more, so you've got that lift underneath your waist or under your rib. Flex the feet, lift the leg, and lower down. Keeping your pelvis really still. Use your abs to support you here. And again, this isn't about crazy range, so much so that we're losing the form. It's much better to try to keep the pelvis really still, supporting through the abdominals and going for the range that you have there instead of really going ham on this. 2 more. And last one. Good. Now we bring it to hip height. Tiny pulses up and down, hip height and higher. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift, knee to knee, lift, heel to heel. Lift, knee comes to knee, lift, heel to heel or toe to toe. We've got 4. And switch. 3, finding that big lift in between, really working your hips, working the most, getting the most out of this glute work. And watch that top shoulder, make sure it's not curling forward. Last one, good. Lower the leg, lower the knee. Bring the knees out just a little bit so they're not exactly right in front of your hips. Lifting the feet. We're going to extend the top leg back on that backward diagonal. Trying not to collapse into the mat with the torso. Bend the knee, bring it right back to that filing position. Exhale, extend. Bring it back, really engage your glutes. Keep that bottom foot high as you return. This is 4. Again, working really hard to keep the pelvis stable, keeping your abs on without gripping. Let's go for our final 2. Remember, control the carriage return as much on the way back as you did on the way out. And we do that by taking it in a really slow motion. Good. Lower the feet. Bring the knees back in front of your hips. We're going to go for our circles. So reset. Press your top hip away. Get that lift underneath your ribs. Flex the feet. Lift the leg to hip height. Circles to the outside. We're going to go for 6. So again, keeping that knee bent at a right angle. Drawing a nice healthy circle. I don't know about you, but my leg is tired and ready to stop. But we've got 2 more. And last one. Now we reverse. Exhale, press through the strap. Draw that big circle. I know it's really hard. I promise you can do a little something at least. Even if you can't do everything, do what you can. You've got 3 more. Last 2. Think about how strong you're going to be at the end of this. That's going to be great. Last one. Beautiful job. Lower it down, pound out through the glutes and outer thighs. Do what you got to do. When you're ready, just exhale a little bit more. Take that strap off of your leg and we will move on. All right, to finish up our abs, arms, glutes extravaganza, we will do my very favorite kneeling arm series. If you've seen my videos before, you might have seen this one, and that's because it is the best. I've switched on to one blue spring or one light spring. You could do this on a yellow or an extra light spring. So come to kneeling on the machine facing the right side. My right knee is up against the shoulder block. You could do this one sitting on your heels if you like, or cross-legged. I've got the front strap in my right hand. You can place your left arm down by your side or on your hip. Take a moment to get your rib cage right over your pelvis. I'm going to start with my right arm bent in a right angle or down below. Palm is facing your body. Big breath in. Exhale, bring it up. Oh, that's a spicy meatball. Bring it all the way down. Big inhale. Think about your palm facing your ear. Exhale, bring it down. It's been a while since I've done this one. It is not as easy as I remember it. That's good. That means I have something to work on. Exhale, press up. Inhale, bring it down. We're going to do 2 more of these. Feel those muscles really supporting your shoulder blade, starting to initiate this movement. So feel everything here begin to recruit as soon as that arm goes up. Good. Now I'm going to extend my left arm out. Right arm goes in front of my body. Elbows lifted. Big breath in. Exhale, twist with the torso. Extend the arm forward. Bend the elbow. Bring that hand right in front of the chest. Big breath in. Exhale, twist through the torso. Push through that hand. Hand goes right in front of the shoulder. Bring it back. Hand stops in front of your sternum, not back here. Big inhale. Exhale, twist and return. So it's very common to want to bend the torso back to kind of cheat the rotation here. I'm going to challenge you. Really take a moment to exhale, twist through the back. Keep your ribs forward. It gets a lot harder, but that means you're working the right things and you're not endangering your back or other things. Good. Bring it all the way back slowly with control. Last one. All right. Oh man, I'm already sweating. Let's switch the strap into the other hand. We're going to bring our right hand down to the front shoulder block. Walk your knees out about a foot or 1/3 of a meter away from the shoulder block. Flip your palm on top to face the ceiling. I'm sorry, my hand is getting cut off. There's only so much I can do. And I'm going to bend my elbow. Keep the elbow right where it is, hinging at the elbow. Extend up to the ceiling. Engage your abs as soon as that goes. So we're going to bend, keep the wrists really straight. Exhale, extend up. So I'm trying to keep my elbow right over my shoulder. Good, let's take 3 more. What I see commonly is people bring the elbow back with them. That actually puts a lot of stress on the shoulder joints. That even felt really terrible just doing it once. Oh, last one. Okay, that's enough of that. Well, it's good. I'm working to fatigue. Come down to a cross-legged position. We're going to do a little rotator cuff work. It doesn't matter which foot is on top. Pull forward on the rope. Going to grab the strap into your left hand, and your palm is going to face the ceiling. Pull on the rope to get that hand right in front of your shoulder. Ribs down, sit up nice and tall, pulling out of your lumbar spine. We're going to take a big breath in, exhale. Just wing the hand out to the side. Bring it right back in. So you'll see my hand isn't moving much, only a couple centimeters or an inch or so, or a couple inches. But we're really working on all those muscles in the shoulder girdle that really help hold your posture nice and open. So you'll see I've got my hand on the rope to guide me a little bit. That's completely fine. It's fine to give yourself a little support. It's very important that you don't let your elbow come away from your waist. Really want that anchored directly into your side. I'm going to feel all these muscles really start to fire up. And the ones in the back a little bit too. Good. Let's take one more. Very nice. Let's switch to the other side. So, as you guessed, turn to face the left side of the machine. Knees right up against the shoulder blocks. Strap in your left hand, palm faces your ear. Sit up really tall. Squeeze the glutes, ribs down. Exhale, reach up above the shoulder. Inhale, bring it down. Feel all these muscles right under your shoulder blade. Pushing up as that strap, or as the hand reaches up to the ceiling in the strap. Really try to keep that shoulder down. Oh, this side's gotten a little weak, so I'm really fighting to get these last 2 reps in. Do what you can. Good. Mostly got there. Okay, let's bring the left hand in front of the sternum. Right arm is going to extend out to the side. Big inhale, twist through the torso first before the hand pushes to the side. Return, hand stops right in front of the center of your chest, not out to the side. Big breath in, twist with the abs, press it forward and back. Again, try not to lean back as the hand presses out. We really want to focus on getting the twist through the spine. Oh, last two, so left arm is tired from doing a little work on the other side. Do what you can. Oh, had to fight for it, but that's okay. Good. Left hand down on the shoulder blocks. Walk your knees out about halfway from the center of the machine. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Try to get your elbow right over your shoulder. Palms facing the ceiling. Hinge at the elbow. Extend it up. Hinge at the elbow. Exhale, extend up. You've got 4. You can look down at your hand. Can help release any tension in your neck. Keep that pressure into that supporting palm. Final 2. I really have to fight for it today. Last one. Okay, we did it. We got there. Come to sit down in a cross-legged position. Pull onto the rope. Get your right hand in front of your shoulder. Right hand flips to face up. Elbow anchors into the waist. You can hold onto the rope for a little extra support if you need to. Hand comes slightly to the side and back in line with your shoulder. Again, it's going to be just barely moving. That's fine. Give yourself a little extra help by placing a hand on the rope. And again, I'm not yanking entirely with my left hand. Just providing a little extra guidance will help me feel this in the right spots on the right hand, on the right arm, excuse me, without lifting my elbow away from the waist. So we're rotating the shoulder open and back. Last 2. And 1. Very nice job. Close the stopper. Hopefully that felt nice and challenging to you. It certainly did for me. And let's move on. Let's finish up with a little stretch. I'm going to cross my right ankle on top of my left knee. You could also place it to the side. If you can, let your right knee be really heavy and try to bring it down. It doesn't have to fold like mine does, but just do what you can. I'm going to sit up really tall so that I'm creasing at the hip a little bit. I'm going to just hinge forward at the hips a little bit. So I get a little bit of an increased stretch through that right hip. I'm hypermobile, so I have a lot of range. Don't use me as a benchmark of what is normal, but I'm going to lean forward pretty significantly so I get that deep stretch. You can also move around a little bit, side to side. Good. Let's go for the other side. So left ankle crosses. And again, if you have the range to let your left knee kind of fold over on top of the right foot, that's great. If not, meet yourself where you are. That's great too. Hinge forward. Feel that pressure. Release the tension in the glutes. Good. You kind of rock it side to side, whatever works for you. Good. Cross-legged position. Bring your right hand down to the headrest. Reach your left arm up and over. We're going to do a little modified mermaid. Make sure your left hip isn't traveling with it. That's nice and heavy. Palm is facing the floor. And up. Right arm is coming up and over. Left hand on the sandpaper. Right palm is facing the floor. Right hip is pressing down. Good. Let's go for one more time. Left arm up. Palm flips to face the floor. Wave to someone behind you. Ta-da! Oh, feel it stretch through your shoulder and your pecs. Back to the side and up. Left arm down, right arm up and over. Flip your palm to face the floor. Left elbow softens. Wave to someone behind you. Hey, how you doing? Oh, feel that nice stretch opening through the pecs, through the shoulder. Back to the side. Big inhale, exhale, bring it up to sitting. Hands on your knees or by your sides. Close your eyes, big inhale, exhale, roll your shoulders back. One more time, big breath in. Exhale, roll your shoulders back. Big inhale, lift your shoulders up. Exhale, melt them down. Grow an inch taller. Shake out your shoulders. You are all done. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe. What have you got to lose? I have new workouts every Tuesday. They're a lot of fun. You're feeling good, right? Let's do this every week. I also have my membership. The link will be up here. If you like this, there's so much like this and more available there. Thank you so much to my membership supporters. You guys are the best. You're making this all happen. And thank you as well to my super thanks supporters. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Let me know what you'd like to see in the comments. Bye.